I showed up and now it's good.
Is that what you think?
I don't know how you guys haven't made that connection yet.
Is that what you think? You think the podcast was bad? You showed up. Now it's good.
Well, to be fair, I never listened to it before. So I don't know.
Our listenership has definitely increased since Tom jumped on by at least.
I know we have Doug. I'm still working on Karina. If I could get her to listen to an episode, then I think we'd really be rocking.
I'm a little scared because my grandma I saw followed it on the gram.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah, cut it out. Watch your mouth. My grandma's listening.
Oh, fiddlestick.
Thank you.
Your grandma.
Suffering succotash.
That's right. But to circle back, we should call the Sweat Socks and All That Sauce with Kay, Justin, and Podcast Jesus, a.k.a. Tom, who is the savior of any and all podcasts. I would assume any podcast you went on would be.
Good God.
Wow, that's good.
Let's, do we have time for a costume change? Let's get you out all this Twins gear.
What for?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Look at him. He's got a matching hat and shirt. He never
yeah, right. Are you going to an autograph signing right now?
This hat is actually autographed by a Minnesota Twin who's no longer on the team. But no, I'm not. What do you mean? I just like to rep my teams. That's, I guess if my team sucked, I wouldn't. But since they're my team, obviously. Hey, you know what? They're helping make baseball history right now. The Mets with the second biggest payroll in Major League Baseball. Was on an 11-game losing streak, worst record in baseball. And they almost had it last night until they screwed it up. I'm sorry, Grandma, I'm going to say it. Fucked it up. And let the Twins come back in the ninth to rally. So now the Mets have lost 12 in a row. Worst record in baseball. And $318 million they're paying that team this year.
Nothing makes me happier than when these baseball teams, especially in major markets, just die. Like the Mets are spending so much money and they are ass.
Yes.
I just love it.
Yeah. I mean, they spent money on guys like Jorge Polanco, who used to be a Minnesota Twin. Guess what? Past his prime, definitely hurt all the time and is hurt right now. And just good for you. Meanwhile, since I've been a diehard Twins fan my entire life and whole season, I've been paying attention, and I actually turned it on the week and went, who the fuck are these guys? I don't recognize anybody on the team. Straight rebuild. No idea, but all in. Absolutely. That's my team.
I will say we haven't told a good racist joke in a while on this podcast, so it's time for one. If there was a guy, if I was a baseball manager and I saw Jorge Polanco and had no stats about him, I would still give him $1 million. Jorge Polanco, you've got to be good at baseball. With that name, come on.
Welcome to Sweat Socks and All That Sauce with Kay, Justin, and Podcast Jesus.
So I host bar trivia on the side. We're going to keep the nonsense going. I'm going to try to see if I can get myself fired from a free-to-play podcast in 2 minutes here. I host bar trivia, and last night one of our questions was 20 miles south of Tokyo is a port city, which is the second most populous city in Japan. What is it? Do either of you guys know? I guess I'll propose that first.
I'm terrible at geography.
It's the second most populous city in Japan.
Yes.
Osaka.
Okay.
Is that a place?
No.
Sounds like it sounds like a drink.
It's the name of a sushi restaurant in my town. I like it there. It's really
good. He just made that up. Okay, you got a guess?
It sounds like a cocktail. Japan. I couldn't even tell you. Is Vietnam in Japan? I couldn't even tell you.
Nope. That's, oh boy.
The answer is Benihana. I'll take Benihana.
So you guys are just as bad. The answer is Yokohama.
Oh. Never in my life.
But I had 4 teams right. They just dead ass wrote Godzilla. So you guys can have your egg mayo in Britain because we are just still despicably racist here in America.
At least Detroit.
At least Detroit. Welcome to Sweat Socks and All This Sauce with Justin K and Tom, where no sport is off limits and the debates are debatable. We've got lots of sports updates happening. What's going on in the NBA playoffs? What's going on in the hockey playoffs? And we've got the NFL draft today. We are recording on the 22nd of April. So the draft begins tomorrow, the 23rd. So we've got quite a few fun sports updates. Woohoo!
None of which you know anything about, really, but we'll do our best.
I know that Detroit lost their first game. Couldn't tell you what happened in the second game. What happened in the second game versus Orlando?
The second game hasn't happened.
Oh, it has. Okay, there we go. That's why I can't tell you anything.
The second game is tonight. No, Detroit, they got the brakes beaten off of them. And, excuse me, I just burped into the microphone. That was disgusting.
I did that earlier. Something's happening.
Kate, actually, you do that every week.
I do it at work as well.
NBA playoffs are actually very interesting. We only have we have two series where a team is up 2-0. You got the Cavs, who have 2 wins over the Louisiana Tiger Cats.
Also known as Toronto Raptors.
I'm just going to say, I've looked at that logo a lot. Not a single bit of that claw looks like a raptor. It looks
I agree with you. And the purple and gold, it
looks fuzzy. It looks like a fuzzy tiger. Meow.
And the Lakers are up 2-0 on the Rockets. Everybody else is either 1-1 or 1-0. So the NBA playoffs are actually pretty compelling right now. A lot of teams again play tonight. Pistons played tonight. The Magic came in and stole game 1 from our beloved Detroit Pistons, but that was because we only had one player on the floor. Cade Cunningham played, and the rest of them went to fucking Denny's or something because it was garbage from everybody else. But no, NBA playoffs are looking pretty compelling so far. Even like the Spurs, who everybody thought would be kind of world beaters with Victor Wembanyama, who is 13 and a half feet tall with a 25-foot wingspan. Even they're 1-1 with the Trailblazers. So,
who were the what was the team you said? The Rockets?
Houston Rockets?
Who are they?
They play in Houston.
How long have they been around?
Since before Hakeem Olajuwon.
Kay, why are you on a sports podcast? Kay, I like you very much, but what are you doing here? What's going on?
I fucking created this fucking idea.
I know you did. Why did you start a sports podcast?
I wanted to learn. That's why I started it. Is because I wanted to learn, and I've been very honest from the get-go that I don't know much.
Podcast Jesus. If she said this was a podcast about shoes, would you have jumped on?
Good God.
If it were sandals, maybe he would.
Sandals. What is your shoe choice? What's your go-to shoe choice? Is it sandals?
Let me show you what I'm currently wearing.
Oh my God, what are you currently wearing?
I was gonna say Crocs. Crocs, of course. And he's even got the little dongly shit on it. Good for you. Comfort.
Oh.
I play this game very reluctantly with Karina, where I will come out of the room and I'll say, "Hey, rate the fit," and it's never good. I'm wearing an AM radio hat. My sweatshirt is a bear riding a bicycle. And I'm in Crocs. So I will come around the corner and I'll be like, "Hey, rate the fit, babe. What do you think? Rate the fit. What do you think?"
Can we?
And I don't think I've ever gotten higher than a 4.
Can we start getting Karina to take a photo of you, and so we can post that and have people elsewhere rate it and rate the fit? I really like this idea because I think that could be a good fit.
You know what I didn't even include? I don't even know if I could do this.
What's he doing? His socks. What are those?
God,
South Park ties?
Those are Kenny
South Park.
or Cartman South Park.
Eric Cartman socks. I'm a disaster.
Is this what counts as business casual at your job? Like, did you wear that to work today?
I did. I did.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I did.
Yeah, so I'm gonna propose that because you post your Aldi shop videos of your Aldi hauls, can we please start posting your Rate My Fit, please?
Yes, I think we should do that.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
the Haldies are those do so well online.
Do you think Jesus would wear Crocs now instead of, like, if he existed today, do you think he'd wear Crocs instead of sandals? What would be his little tag things? What would they across?
There is no way I can make a comment here that doesn't get me canceled.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to.
What do you think?
Well,
Like
how many Christians are there worldwide? Do you imagine that all of a sudden, if Jesus came back and he was wearing Crocs, like how many people would now be wearing those fucking hideous pieces of footwear? My God.
But what would the little toggle things be? What would he wear?
Crocs make me think there is no
You're
God.
asking what would the decorations on Jesus's Crocs would be?
Yeah. What sport is he into, do you think?
Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny for sure. Easter egg.
What sport is Jesus into?
It probably wouldn't be a cross. I think he's got bad memories with
I don't
that.
think he likes those. I don't understand why people wear those. He's going to see that and say, oh, that's funny. That's too soon. Too soon. Got a little DeWalt nail gun that you put on there on your fucking Croc.
A nail gun.
Oh, my God. Pat is really going to be disappointed that she tuned in.
Grandma just subscribed.
Devout Catholic grandma, by the way. Yeah, there's a little fish dongle, a little bread, nail gun, whatever.
Wine. It would be a wine bottle. There'd be a wine bottle, I think.
Okay.
A Dasani bottle, and then but it's red wine.
Yeah, with a little arrow. Yeah, with a little arrow, and then it's wine. I like this, and that's a good one. I want that one.
Yeah. This is awful. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we talked about the NBA playoffs.
All right. So hockey. How's hockey?
I just pictured Jesus coming out of the podcast, be like, "Rate my fit," and showing us his Crocs.
Oh, so stupid. Justin, do you have an update for us on the NHL playoffs so we can just not get immediately canceled?
Jesus Christ, do I ever?
Jesus Christ, weren't we just talking about him?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, my God. It seems like every game is going to overtime. Nobody knows what goalie is starting anymore. It's typical NHL playoffs. The Toronto Maple Leafs, by the way, are doing their annual "this might be our year" routine. And the fans, of course, get cautiously optimistic, which is like them playing Russian roulette with 5 bullets in the gun. The Boston Bruins are looking like maybe they're a little butthurt from last year. They took it personally, and they're basically taking it out on everybody else. The Edmonton Oilers are once again asking, what if we just let Connor McDavid have the puck the whole time? And it's really actually not the worst plan that you can have. The Canadiens of Montreal are my dark horse. I see them going to shock the world of hockey by taking down the Lightning. That's what I'm hoping, although the series is at 1-1. And really, what I care about most, because my Kraken aren't in it, the Minnesota Wild and Dallas Stars are once again battling in the playoffs, so I do have kind of a sort of horse in the race. So, you to Norm, if you were a North Stars fan, you remember, especially in the first game where I do believe the Dallas Stars thought they would wear like a throwback jersey as a fuck you to the Minnesota Wild. The Minnesota Wild promptly beat the living fuck shit out of them, which I was happy to see, although that series is tied at 1-1 now. Every game's been close. Goals hard to come by. Most of the goalies are no longer goalies. They are brick walls. Every hit is personal. It sounds like a car crash. Every whistle is followed by 5 guys mugging one another. Every game goes to overtime because the NHL doesn't want you to get any sleep. And every series feels like it's going to go to 7 games, even when it shouldn't. It's fucking glorious. It's just as good as it always is. So that's my quick recap of the NHL playoffs.
It's good. That's a really good recap. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well done. Do you have a pick?
Ah.
It's early to do so.
It is too early. I mean, Colorado is they seem like they're heads and tails better than everybody else.
They do.
So
They do.
and they do fall in the north of the Mason-Dixon line, south of Rainy Lake. So
Right where we want them.
the sweet spot of hockey, right? So that'd be all right. I mean, I'd love to see Minnesota obviously win one Stanley Cup because they call themselves the state of hockey. It's like you don't even have a Stanley Cup, like not one, not ever. So that would really add to it, to the ambiance of the state.
Hold on. Has Minnesota won anything ever?
Well, when you say Minnesota, like the state of,
Yeah.
yeah, they've won all kinds of things.
So the Vikings have no Super Bowls.
No, nope, they don't. Timberwolves have no NBA
The
championship.
Timberwolves don't have anything.
No.
Do the Twins?
Oh, that's called 1987 and 1991, motherfucker. That's 2 World Series. 2 World Series in my lifetime.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
And then let's start looking at the college level. And again, college basketball, 1 Final Four for the Gophers. That was taken away because of a cheating scandal. Football, they were a powerhouse in the 1940s and 50s, 100% dominant. And then
Back to the 40s. Fine.
yeah. Women's basketball, the Lynx, Dynasty, and Gopher Women, Dynasty. Lindsay Whalen, remember her? Yes.
All right,
And then
bringing the girls into it. Okay.
it's sports, is it not? Are you?
It is sports. No, it is
belittling
sports.
the Minnesota Lynx as a professional sports team, Tom?
Listen,
I
listen, I have been watching a lot of the WNBA.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it is not because I have a giant crush on Cameron Brink. It is because I enjoy the sport.
Okay. And I would like to talk briefly about college hockey, where between the University of Minnesota, University of Minnesota Duluth, I mean, there's quite a bevy of national championships that are kept.
Okay, so there's been
Well,
thing.
and don't forget about all the people from Duluth, Minnesota, as well, who have won many a medal in the Olympics. For curling.
Well, not just Duluth. The state of Minnesota has produced many Winter Olympic athletes. I'd also like to point out that this year's Hobie Baker Award winner, young Plant, was not only
The
from
Hobie
Minnesota.
Baker Award. Did you just make that up?
You don't know what the Hobie Baker Award is?
The Hobie Baker. Jesus Christ.
You don't
I
know-
just won the Betty Crocker Award for most pork sandwiches eaten in an
No, you
afternoon.
didn't.
What are you doing with Hobie Baker?
Yeah, for the top college hockey player. University of Minnesota Duluth won it again this year. Young Plant, whose dad coached or grandpa coached the Hermantown hockey team for years. He went to the Bulldogs in UMD, and he won the Hobie Baker this year. Brett Hull won a Hobie Baker Award for the Bulldogs. There's numerous Gophers and Bulldogs that have won it. I can't believe that you would compare that to the Betty Crocker Award.
Oh, my God.
Much less prestigious, by the way.
God. Okay, all right. Minnesota, famous for sports.
Now, don't you think that the Minnesota Wild or Minnesota's hockey team, professional hockey team, would be better than they are?
But you have no, it's not like, oh, we only have players from Minnesota that come and play for us. It's the same reason that like Canadian teams don't win the Stanley Cup. There's plenty of Canadians that are good hockey players. They just play for non-Canadian teams. It's like there's lots of Minnesota. I bet you if we looked state by state, there's probably more Minnesota natives in the NHL than any other state. I mean, I might not be right about that, but I bet I am.
I mean, Minnesota's, if you go, I would say it's Canada, Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Like fuel the entire NHL.
I'd like to think about how sports would really change if people could only join that sport if they were from that
state.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. I mean, it'd be great if they could even just do that for college.
I fucking love that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We would dominate ice hockey.
Well, just like
South
the
would
way,
never.
the way high school teams are. Like you play for the high school that you go to, which is the city that you live in. I love that idea of just because then nobody south of the Mason fucking Dixon line, like we did last week, would ever win.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so the state of Minnesota would win 400 consecutive Stanley Cups and get relegated out of the NBA and or NFL and or MLB. So yeah, that'd be fine.
Texas would always win football.
Texas or Florida, yeah.
Yeah,
Texas, Florida, California.
They do have
also produces a lot of good football players.
The question is, are we going to let them be two sports standouts? Like, because, do they have to just play football, or do they have to choose between basketball and football? You only get one or two.
Yeah. What would produce the best basketball players and what would produce the best baseball players? Well,
I don't know. I think we have sports figured out, so.
Yeah. They should
on to the next. What do we talk about now? Reality TV? What's next?
Finally, something Kay knows about.
So the NFL draft is tomorrow, and what do you guys?
See how quick she pivots.
So the NFL draft is tomorrow. What is there? Are there any standout players that we think are going to be making it big? No, we don't care. Good.
There's the one guy, the quarterback from Indiana, Mendoza. That's it. Everybody else.
It's a boring draft. It's been really weird. So often there is so much discussion about who's going to draft who and trades, and it's just a boring fucking draft. Like Justin said, there's Mendoza. He's going number 1 overall. He's the quarterback. He's the guy. Everybody else, it's kind of like fuck off. The whole thing.
And let's point out that he's going to the Raiders, so while he has potential, like, it's a bust. Like, it's guaranteed that, well, he shows promise. It's not going to help the Raiders. He will underperform. He will get hurt. He will get destroyed his first year, and it'll just be another, oops, Raiders had the number 1 pick.
Yeah, no, it's just not a good draft.
Yeah. Well, especially when your team is the Super Bowl champion and they have the 32nd overall pick in the first round, like, it's so boring. And your team only has 4 picks, so your general manager is saying we're probably just going to trade back and try to get a couple more 4th and 5th rounders because we got all the pieces. We just need to kind of build, the backups, build strength in numbers. So, especially if you were a diehard lifelong Seahawks fan like me, the draft, who gives a shit? Let's just get to the regular season already, win another trophy.
Yeah, diehard lifelong. Is that what we're going to do? Is that what we're doing right now? Is that what we're doing?
Lifelong.
Diehard lifelong. How long have you been in Seattle? You fucking criminal.
7 years, actually. 7 years to the day.
Diehard lifelong, this guy says.
When can you say?
No, put your arms away. We know you're sexy now. I'm done with it.
We don't care. Stop trying to find an excuse to take your shirt off.
We're over.
That's all that was.
We're over the fact that you're the hottest person on the podcast.
Ooh.
We're done with it. We don't care anymore.
If that's the case, Kay, we don't need you anymore. I'm sorry.
I'm no longer needed. I know. I'm sorry.
No, I've been looking for the Jasmine costume. But...
True question, though. Like, what sport would be more fun to watch if the players played in Crocs?
Ooh.
All of them?
All of them is the right answer. Thank you, Tom.
All of them.
It wasn't really a debate. It was more of just a question that we know, rhetorical question.
No, because
Here he is.
You can lock them into
Sport mode.
That's right. Yeah. In the pregame, they're all wearing Legion mode.
Because we're just recording a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not far off. I got slippers. I've got cowgirl slippers.
Cowgirl slippers. That's nice.
But,
yeehaw. Because you're an American. Do you imagine though, like the manager comes out to the pitcher's the mound and like gives one of these, and then the guy out in the bullpen like stops and like he's moving from leisure to athletic mode, just flips the croc lid and then jogs out to the fucking mound.
I think they should do one day where they all play in Crocs.
Yeah, and have Crocs give them $1 billion to do it. It would be awesome.
I like this idea.
Listen, I've never been one to say that like Crocs are a like attractive option. But like if I'm cutting the grass or I'm outside or I have to come down here in the basement where it's cold to record this stupid fucking podcast, like popping the Crocs on is such a good option.
Yeah. They're coming.
They're a good option. The last thing I wanted to say that again.
Easy to slip on and off. And I just want to say that, I mean, Kardashians, crushing it on this podcast. Gatorade, crushing it. So I feel like leaning into Crocs is probably going to be the next viral thing that this podcast does, unfortunately.
All right. Let me get myself canceled. Here we are, 28 minutes in. Also easy to slip on and off is a Kardashian. So long. Join us next week. There'll be a brand new third host because Tom is done.
He'll be gone for like 3 episodes and then magically resurrected back. He's back. We just had to move the boulder. He's got new Crocs.
Move the boulder like Easter, like Jesus. This has been an episode of Seinfeld.
It's a call.
Oh my God. I'm just going to go right into it. Justin, give us your wise words of wisdom.
At this point, I wish I had any that would be wiser than what we've already delivered so far. My God. Crocs are fucking hideous. However, they are comfortable. They are easy to put on and off. They are the Kardashians of footwear, 100%. And if we could get what do they call those little dongly things they put up? There's a name for those, Tom. You are the Crocs expert. What do you call them?
I don't know what the name is. This one's a little cocktail.
Okay, if we could get sweat socks and all that sauce, brand, logo, little tchotchke things for the Crocs, I think we could be onto something here. I think
you're right.
We've had other great money-making ideas to put on our e-store that is not yet up and running. I blame Tom for that. But I think this would have legs. So.
Crocs. Can we make a little Gatorade one with a little Gatorade, little swoggle? We keep changing the name of these things. What are they called? Oh, Tom wants a Gatorade one. But we put sweat socks on it as well. I think we are definitely onto something with Crocs. Jesus Crocs.
Why don't they have a name for fudge sakes? Gibbets. There it is. They sound dirty. Gibbets.
Gibbets.
Tom, how come you got gibbets all over your Crocs? It sounds British and dirty, but it's really just the little things you clip into your Crocs.
No, it sounds like what Kay feeds Noah for lunch. Here's your gibbets.
It sounds like
Sit down, young man. Eat your gibbets.
Why does it always come back to what I eat in this country every single time?
Because did we not have the whole egg mayo discussion? Like, Kay, what are you doing over there? You moved away from Coney dogs to liver chips and egg mayos.
Is the food pyramid in England really just a pot? And then it's just like, I pull 3 gibbets out every day and 1 egg mayo.
They make themselves laugh over this. Like, they think it's so funny. Listen to them. Listen to just giggle.
I want to talk. We need to at one point, because like you are truly in your core an American.
Yeah.
So at
100%.
one point we need to get Ryan on here for the full English roast.
Okay, well, you guys can do that when we talk about relegation, all right? When that's all said and done, we'll talk about relegation, and he can come on, and you guys can roast him, because
I don't want to roast him. I'm just curious. Like, why are you the way that you are?
Isn't he a really good man in the kitchen? Like, he knows his way around the kitchen, Ryan?
Yeah, he knows what to do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'd be curious to know what high cuisine is like in England.
Listen, Ryan's got good taste in food. I'm not going to talk shit about him, because when his flight was delayed and he got stuck here in America, he came over and watched the Lions game with us and bought an incredible amount of delicious Chinese food. So he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's up to. He knows what he's doing. So I don't want to talk too much shit about our guy Ryan.
Do you have Chinese food in England?
Yes. Yes. We have more Indian food in this country than I think in all of America as well.
Yes, I have heard that.
What does boiled butter chicken taste like?
I had butter chicken the other day.
I love butter chicken.
I love butter chicken. Okay, before we go, can we do our hot dog ranking? How do you take your hot dog? This will be our send off here. Plain, mustard, Chicago, Coney, corn dog, or user's choice?
I will not even answer this question unless you address it as how do you take your wiener?
Okay, how do you take your wiener? Plain. Chunky. With a bun. In a roll? In a wrap?
For me, right in the butt.
So stupid.
Fucking A. I'm so glad Grandma subscribed this. Good God.
Wait,
Okay, let's no.
Jesus likes wieners in his
That's the title.
Straight at the two. No, it's either if it's just on a steamed bun, I just want like at the ballpark mustard, but I do love, of course, a Detroit Coney dog.
Yeah, of course.
Chili mustard and onions. Those are the two.
Yeah, really a Coney dog for so many reasons. Most of the time you can get them like in 3-packs. They make them smaller. However, I do like at the ballpark when you get the giant wiener that just barely fits in the bun. And I'm a child, so I mean, I will put ketchup on there, but I'm really like the more lubricating liquids on top, the better.
I like mine chunky. I'm partial.
I'm trying to feel about that.
I'm partial. How does Ryan feel about that? I'm gonna throw up. I love a Chicago dog.
Yes.
I love a Chicago wiener.
With this, if you can find this, we struggle to find like those sport peppers.
I love the sport pepper.
So
And isn't it usually like kind of more like a poppy seed bun?
Poppy seed bun, sport peppers, slice of tomato, the
pickle, celery
Pickle.
salt.
Celery salt, quarter of the cucumber,
And I feel like
quarter of a pickle.
I feel like I'm being healthier by choosing that option as well because I feel like I'm getting my vegetables in.
But sometimes it is hard to get all of that in your mouth or butt. So that is my only knock on the Chicago dog. Wiener.
Thanks for joining Sweat Socks and All That Sauce with Justin K and Tom. We're leaving it at that. Praise be. If we get taken off YouTube, bye. Bye. Thank you for having us. Thanks for having us. It was a lot of fun. At the moment, you can find us on YouTube. I'm sorry if you can't after this.
Don't we have wise words of wisdom?
Oh, that's as wise as we're gonna get right there.
We already did them. The Croc wiggles. The Croc wiggle tiggles.
Gibbets,
what are
sweat
they?
sock gibbets.
Socks gibbets. That's right. Feel free to send us an email at sweatsockspodcast@gmail.com. Until next time,
go sit on a hot dog. I meant just stay sweaty.
What happened today?
It's the best show we've ever done. I don't know what you're talking about.